say this is a great opportunity to be out there and just see like what it is like in the eyes of the nuclear energy. It was more of an exchange program between Africa and Russia, as in the bigger picture, but specifically on issues around nuclear energy and its potential, especially towards Africa as a developing bloc. As I would say, the itinerary nuclear visit to Moscow, actually 3 cities. We were in Moscow for a while. We were in Tomsky. Some names are tough to pronounce, but bear with me. Tomsky and Obnsky. And it would be tough to say those names if I hadn't been there before. And yeah, like I said earlier, it was an opportunity to experience firsthand nuclear energy in its entirety. Russia has a lot of technological advancement in nuclear energy, and yeah, this is a good chance to get to know what really happens and probably allay some fears that we have back home as a continent. So like I said, our itinerary was, we were in Moscow, Tomsky and Obnsky, and largely we had a chat with international students from Africa studying in Russia. And we visited 2 universities, I would say. One in Tomsky, which is a technical university focused more on nuclear energy. Actually, both of them focusing on nuclear energy. And we were also able to witness firsthand available medical technologies that utilize nuclear energy during our visit to one of the hospitals in Tomsky. And as I would say, like one of the takeaways for me from the trip were, you realize back home in Africa, we have a lot of fears about nuclear energy. But again, it's all tied to the processes of managing nuclear energy as an energy source. And for me, the key takeaway was like having seen and witnessed what's happening in Russia. The nuclear energy is safe and it can be harnessed to power our economies back home here in Africa. But again, the main question will be, is there adequate demand for it? And so demand remains the main driver for any country, especially as a continent, to make a decision to whether to go down the nuclear road or go for an alternative. But again, also one thing I learned was there are lots of opportunities for collaboration between the 2 continents. I would say continents for now, but Africa and Russia, especially in this area of nuclear energy. And like one of the things that really came out was opportunities to study. If you want to further your course in nuclear energy, there are lots of opportunities.
Wow. That's brilliant. That really is brilliant. You know, it just goes to show that when we collaborate, we are able to achieve so much more than if we were to do it alone. So exactly. I know that you've shared quite a bit and, you know, key takeaways. However, you know, one of your teammates, Raymond, spoke about one experience in particular on a personal level that really stood out for him, and that was signing the visitor's book. While Ignatius, on the other hand, was very happy to meet other students from Africa. What was that one personal experience that stood out for you that you will always remember?
One, I'll go with Raymond. I would say the same thing. Just getting a moment to visit this first nuclear energy facility in Obnsky, it was, I would say, a big thing. Probably like signing one of the visitors' books, like Raymond said, some of the world's greatest leaders. I think it's a great thing. It was a big thing. But again, one thing that really stood out again for me was, I remember in the university in Obnsky and talking to students like from Africa studying out there and listening to some of their questions. And the biggest questions were about, is Africa ready for nuclear energy and all that comes with it? And one of the questions I asked them was, why are you here? Why are you studying this if you're not sure of whether the market is ready or not? And yes, we were able to exchange a number of things, ideas, and just saying any technology is worth any economy. The only key things you need to go down is drill down. Is there demand for it? Is there an alternative? And what will be the cost of getting this? Is it something going to tie us down into the debt road, or is something that we can harness in a more economic manner to make sure we realize the returns on investments? And so now it's just that moment talking to guys out there studying, but also look like they're uncertain about what the future holds for them was a big moment for me.
Wow. Spoken like a true economist, Fredrick.